Mr. Councillor, thank you for your thoughts. But let's go into one of the key aspect of Nigeria-U.S. relations, which is the petroleum industry, of which United States has been a critical partner in terms of technology, in terms of manpower, in terms of services and what have you, and purchase of Nigeria's oil over the last decades. Is oil going to dry up as a relationship between Nigeria and the United States anytime soon? You heard the previous speaker, who's from the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, said the new gas policy and the new petroleum industry bill and what have you are geared towards making the United States remain very central to Nigeria's oil and gas industrialization policy moving forward. What are your thoughts, Mr. Councillor?
Yeah, I think we'll continue to move forward. We obviously have a long history with the best firms of the United States investing here in the oil and gas sector. And as the previous speaker pointed out, that whole sector around the world is undergoing transformation. In the United States, we've seen our own growth of the shale oil industry. And here, the move to gas, again, shows the potential. It's gas that's going to power a lot of these electrical power firms. And when you look at the existence of U.S. firms here that have been here, again, for decades, they're committed to their investments here. What they are looking for is, you know, what you could call a certain regulatory environment. So one of the questions that's been out there, and it's still out there, is what will the new regulatory environment look like? There's been a petroleum industry bill out there for, a number of years now. I hear it's making progress going through the legislature, but it hasn't passed yet. So firms, before they invest millions, if not billions of dollars in any country, they want to know what the regulatory environment is like. So I think that's one of the issues. All that said, the U.S. firms have established relationships with the Nigerian business sector, with the government here. They know how to do business. Americans in that sector certainly understand Nigeria, and Nigerians understand Americans. There's a lot of two-way interaction. Visits that go on, and again, the challenge is, I think, to get the regulatory environment right, so both the United States and Nigeria can take advantage of these resources and help develop both our economies.
Well, the United States has done so much for Nigeria's oil industry. So what new sectors, new blue oceans, as it were, is the United States looking to invest in Nigeria as you see the diversification within the new ERGP document, moving away from oil, making Nigeria look in a different direction for its economic survival, growth, and development? What sectors? Agriculture, telecommunications, in what sectors? And by the way, just add some figures for us. How much dollars is the United States bringing into the Nigerian investment economic market? Folks want to have some numbers from you.
Yeah. I'm afraid I won't be able to provide numbers for you because when you look at statistics on investment, there's usually a lag of a year or two, so I don't have those available. But I can say we already do have U.S. firms in Nigeria who are operating in the finance sector, in information communications technology sector, in manufacturing. They've already been here. They'd like to expand. We'd like to see them expand, and we'd like to attract new investors here. But again, a lot of the question, like whether it's the oil and gas sector or any place else, it's what is the regulatory environment like? I think where we will see increases will be in the financial sector, in the services. Most of the jobs created in the United States these days are in the services sector. I think a lot of the job growth to take place in Nigeria will be in the services sector. And, our firms are very competitive there. When they come here, they hire Nigerians. If you look around, you'll see Nigerians working in a number of U.S. firms. And the majority of those employees are Nigerians, not expatriates. And another positive development, and I hope it will continue, is the fact that firms are now finding it easier to obtain foreign exchange for their needs. And that was a very serious problem the last couple of years. I think we're starting to see that turn around with more flexibility and access to foreign exchange, so we hope that will continue. Firms can deal with risk. There's always going to be foreign exchange risk. Firms know how to deal with that. The big issue they always have is certainty and uncertainty. And the more certainty there is, the better environment you'll have for attracting investment.
In 30 seconds, Mr. Economic Counselor, do you think U.S. new policy on protectionism will in any way hurt or dent Nigeria-U.S. economic relations?
I think what we will see is continued efforts to open markets overseas. You know, we've always been interested in free and fair trade, and the United States has the most open economy in the world, and we'd like to see markets around the world more open to U.S. goods and services. And so I think what you'll see is continued strong efforts here and elsewhere to open up markets so that U.S. goods and U.S. firms face a level playing field, and that we can be treated just like national firms.
Mr. Economic Counselor to Nigeria, Alan Tousignant, we thank you very much for your time today for this exclusive interview, and welcome to Nigeria as you move around inspecting projects and see where more money is coming in to oil this relationship between Washington and Abuja. Thank you for your time today, and do have a great weekend, Alan.